Parents tried to force me into becoming a full-time unpaid nanny for my niece. When I refused, they cut me off. Now they're desperate, begging for my help as their perfect plan falls apart. So I'm 28, female, and a pediatric nurse. I grew up in a family that always put a lot of pressure on me, especially since I'm the responsible one. My parents are old school, the type that thinks a woman's job is to settle down and raise kids, and they were always disappointed that I didn't just jump into that. My sister Amy, who's 31, had her daughter Lily pretty young. She's always been the favorite, the golden child who could do no wrong, and I was always expected to help out because I was the younger, free one. That meant that while they were throwing money and support at Amy, I was mostly on my own. I put myself through school, became a nurse, and made a decent life for myself, but somehow that just wasn't good enough for them. Things came to a head around 6 months ago when my dad called me saying they wanted to have a family discussion about something important. I figured it was something about Amy probably needing more help since she had just started a new job. But when I got there, they sat me down in the living room and got straight to it. My dad said, "We've decided that it would be best for you to quit your job and come back to live with Amy and help take care of Lily full time." I thought he was kidding. I even laughed. But my mom jumped in all serious, saying, "You're the one with the flexibility, honey. You don't have a family of your own yet, and Lily needs stability. Amy has so much on her plate, and we're getting ready to move to Florida." I just stared at them, waiting for them to explain why they thought this made any sense. They went on to explain that they'd saved their whole lives to retire in Florida and that it wasn't fair to them to have to delay that. Meanwhile, Amy just sat there smirking, not saying a word. I told them flat out that this wasn't going to happen. I had a career, one that I worked hard for, and I wasn't about to give it up to play nanny just because they felt entitled to my time and effort. My dad's face got all red as he said, "You're being selfish. Lily needs family right now, and this is your chance to be there for her." My mom jumped in saying, "You owe it to us. We've always been there for you." I reminded her that I'd been paying my own way since I was 18 and that they hadn't helped me with college, rent, or really anything. But she just brushed it off saying Amy's situation is different. She's a single mom and I have to understand that it's not the same. I finally said, "I'm not quitting my job and I'm not moving back. If Amy needs a babysitter, she can hire one. It's not my responsibility." That's when they turned nasty. My mom said, "If you walk away from this, don't expect us to be there for you when you need it. Don't expect a cent from us." They basically told me that if I wasn't willing to do this for the family, I'd be on my own for good. I told them I'd rather be on my own than get blackmailed into giving up my life. Amy just rolled her eyes like I was being dramatic. My parents told me to leave, saying, "Don't come back unless you're ready to put family first." I left feeling more frustrated than anything else. It was like they didn't care about me at all. They just wanted me to be Amy's safety net, her live-in nanny so she could keep living her life without consequence. Over the next few months, they followed through on cutting me off. No calls, no texts, no holiday invitations. I was just gone to them, and to be honest, I was fine with that. It hurt at first, but I got used to it. I didn't have to deal with their guilt trips or their constant expectations or their complaints about how I was always disappointing them. Then a few weeks ago, I got a call from my dad. He sounded different, almost frantic, like he was trying to hold it together. He said Amy's in trouble, she lost her job, she can't make rent, and she's going to get evicted. "We need you to come back and help." I said again what I told him before, "I'm not doing that." He started saying that I was being vindictive, that I was punishing them for making a mistake and that I was letting my niece suffer because of a grudge. I told him this isn't my grudge, this is my life. You all decided I wasn't family the minute I said no to your plan. My mom called next, all fake sweet, like she thought if she just buttered me up I'd give in. She even said they'd help me get a place if I just came back to be with family for a while. I almost laughed. They didn't even want me to live with Amy, they just wanted me close enough to be at her beck and call. I told her I wasn't interested. She got mad and started saying, "Well, if anything happens to Lily, that'll be on you." I told her I loved Lily but I wasn't her mother. That's Amy's job, not mine. This wasn't even the first time they tried to guilt trip me into helping them out. They pulled all kinds of crap over the years trying to control me whenever it suited them. Every holiday season, I was expected to help out with Lily and the family. My mom would call it bonding time, but really it was just her way of making sure I did all the work so Amy could have a break. If I ever tried to say no, my mom would act like I was ruining the holiday for everyone, saying stuff like, "Lily's been looking forward to this and you can't just leave us hanging like that." One year she even told me, "If you don't want to be part of this family, maybe you shouldn't come at all." After I refused to become their live-in nanny, my mom took it to a whole new level. She called and left voicemail saying Lily keeps asking why her aunt doesn't love her anymore. She even got Lily to FaceTime me once, whispering, "Ask Auntie why she doesn't want to see you." I stopped going home for the holidays altogether. I spent Christmas with friends that year and had one of the best holidays of my life. My mom was furious, calling me selfish, saying I was abandoning my family, but I just let it go. I wasn't going to let them guilt me into being Amy's unpaid babysitter anymore. They were masters at twisting the story to make me look like the bad guy. When I graduated from nursing school, they barely acknowledged it, focusing instead on Amy's natural caregiving instincts. Even after I got promoted, they shrugged it off, saying things like, "It's a shame you're so busy all the time. If only you could focus on family more."